From Incheon to Palawan, two nations, South Korea and the Philippines, stand at different stages of maritime evolution, but share the same strategic sea lines. One is an industrial power, aiming to project strength beyond its peninsula. The other, an archipelago struggling to modernize its fleet to defend far-flung islands and exclusive economic zones. Between them lies a growing partnership anchored in the concept of amphibious mobility and maritime presence. South Korea's Dokdo-class ships, Dokdo and Marado, represent the future that Manila may one day seek, a fleet not only to defend, but to deter, respond, and project influence across the region. South Korea's Dokdo-class landing platform helicopter ships mark a decisive step in the Republic of Korea, Navy's transition from a coastal defense force to a blue water navy. The first of the class, ROKS Dokdo, entered service in 2007, followed by ROKS Marado in 2021. Each vessel displaces around 19,000 tons, stretching nearly 200 meters in length, capable of carrying 700 Marines, 10 main battle tanks, 7 to 10 helicopters, and 2 LCAC hovercraft. On the surface, they resemble small aircraft carriers, but their true strength lies in versatility. Equipped with SPS-95K radar, RIM-116 rolling airframe missiles, Phalanx CIWS, and an integrated C-4ISR system, they can conduct amphibious assault, disaster response, and command operations far beyond Korean shores. Marado, the newer variant, was built with an expanded flight deck, stronger propulsion, and an aviation system compatible with UAVs and potentially F-35B STOVL aircraft, revealing Seoul's ambition to operate seamlessly with Allied forces in the Indo-Pacific. Industrial muscle underpins this transformation. Hyundai Heavy Industries and Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering have become the backbone of South Korea's naval shipbuilding empire. The Dokdo project was the foundation upon which Seoul built its own self-sufficient amphibious capability without relying on foreign blueprints. It symbolized confidence that South Korea could design, build, and maintain capital ships on par with Western navies. Today, these same companies are exporting frigates, corvettes, and landing ships to nations like Egypt, Indonesia, and the Philippines. The logical extension is that the Dokdo design will one day be adapted for export, especially in lighter versions, the LPX-K concept, suited for Southeast Asian partners seeking smaller but capable amphibious ships. The rise of Dokdo and Marado also shifted regional perceptions. Only 3 Asian nations, Japan, China, and South Korea, operate large-deck amphibious assault ships. In strategic terms, this allows Seoul to conduct operations far beyond its immediate waters, humanitarian missions, evacuation, disaster relief, or even coalition support in the Indian Ocean and South China Sea. For Washington, it demonstrates a maturing ally ready to shoulder greater responsibilities within the Indo-Pacific framework. For Beijing, it signals a subtle but undeniable extension of Korean maritime presence southward, forming a link between Japan's helicopter destroyers and the emerging Southeast Asian maritime forces. The Dokdo-class, therefore, is not merely a warship class. It is a floating declaration that the Republic of Korea will act, not just react, within the evolving regional order. Across the sea, the Philippine Navy presents a contrasting yet converging picture. Manila operates 2 Tarlac-class landing platform docks built by PT PAL Indonesia, each around 11,500 tons and designed primarily for transport and humanitarian missions. The Tarlacs have performed well in disaster relief and logistics, but they lack the integrated command, air operations, and sensor networks that define true amphibious warfare. As the armed forces of the Philippines pursue Horizon 3 of their modernization program, attention is turning toward the need for an advanced LPD or even a light LPH capable of sustained operations in remote EEZ'd areas like Calayan and Palawan. Here lies the synergy with South Korea. Seoul's shipyards have proven capable of delivering affordable, high-quality warships tailored to Manila's needs. The Jose Rizal-class frigates are a successful example. If the Philippines decides to pursue an enhanced LPD or a small-deck LPH, South Korea's LPX-K platform could provide a ready blueprint. It offers modularity, reduced crew requirements, and compatibility with future unmanned systems. Beyond hardware, ROK Navy's Marine Corps training doctrine, emphasizing joint C4ISR integration and amphibious task force command, could serve as a model for Philippine marine modernization. The potential benefits are twofold. For Manila, it would elevate operational reach, enabling regular presence patrols, island resupply, and regional HADR missions. For Seoul, it would expand defense industrial influence into the South China Sea theater, reinforcing partnerships with frontline ASEAN states. This collaboration would not target China directly, but it would contribute to a distributed deterrence architecture where multiple nations enhance interoperability and mutual logistics support. The Dokdo-Marado pair also provides a lesson in strategic design. They are not simply amphibious transports, but command hubs. Each ship carries advanced network-centric systems that link air, sea, and ground units under a single operational picture. For the Philippines, adopting such integration could revolutionize coastal defense and archipelagic operations, allowing real-time data fusion between frigates, patrol craft, and air assets monitoring the West Philippine Sea. This approach, networked amphibious power, represents the next evolution of maritime defense in Asia. Yet the path forward is not without obstacles. Amphibious ships of this size require significant logistical infrastructure, dry docks, maintenance bases, and trained crews. They also demand budget commitments for helicopters, LCACs, and command systems. However, the trend is inevitable. As the Philippines strengthens defense relations with the United States, Japan, and now South Korea, the notion of shared amphibious interoperability will become central to regional readiness. In the coming decade, multinational drills featuring ROKN Dokdo-class and PN Tarlac-class ships are highly likely, especially in joint HADR or freedom of navigation exercises across the South China Sea. From a geopolitical standpoint, these developments carry subtle weight. China's People's Liberation Army Navy has long used amphibious platforms as symbols of power projection in the region. Now, as Hanoi, Jakarta, and Manila seek to build their own amphibious fleets with South Korean technology, Beijing faces a new type of competition, not in numbers, but in networks. Each new ship built in Ulsan or delivered to Subic represents a node in a growing web of partnerships that enhance regional resilience without direct alignment against any one power. Looking ahead to 2030 and beyond, South Korea plans to develop the LPX-2 project, a 30,000-ton light aircraft carrier optimized for unmanned air systems and STOVL jets. If successful, it would cement ROKN as a fully fledged blue water navy and open export opportunities for a smaller derivative vessel to partners like the Philippines. For Manila, acquiring a Dokdo-lite ship around 2035 could be transformative, turning the Philippine Navy from a coastal fleet into a regional player capable of sea control, amphibious lift, and humanitarian projection. Ultimately, Dokdo and Marado stand as symbols of how national industrial capacity and strategic vision can merge to produce power with purpose. They reflect Seoul's determination to defend its maritime lifelines and participate in the collective security of the Indo-Pacific. For the Philippines, they offer a blueprint for the next stage of naval modernization, a path that combines defense, humanitarian utility, and strategic influence in equal measure. The lesson is clear. To be heard in the maritime conversation of the 21st century, a nation must sail not only to protect its shores, but to shape the seas around them. If you want to see what the Philippine Navy's next big ship might look like, look no further than South Korea's Dokdo and Marado. They are not just flagships of Seoul, they are signals to Manila that the future of amphibious power in Asia is already taking shape.